Welcome back to Star Wars Community. Today I'll be discussing my personal 3 favourite Sith Lords who played important roles in progressing the Sith in the Star Wars universe. This list is of course my opinion and I'm sure it will differ from your own list, so please let me know in the comments below the 3 Sith you felt played the most important role in expanded universe Sith history. Starting off the list, we need to go back around 4,000 years before the Battle of Yavin in a period of the Old Republic to look at Sith Lord Darth Nihilus. Darth Nihilus lived during the Mandalorian Wars and suffered the loss of friends and family and even the will to live when the planet he was on, Malachor V, was destroyed. Darth Nihilus managed to survive, but he was twisted and lonely as a result of his significant losses when Darth Traya found him and trained him to be a Sith. Nihilus and another apprentice of Darth Traya, Darth Cylon, grew impatient with their master and would eventually overthrow her due to their desire to destroy the Jedi Order outright and had no patience to wait any longer as their master desired. Nihilus would nearly wipe out the Jedi before ultimately, like many Sith before him, suffering the consequences of craving more and more power. He would allow himself to be tricked by his old master Darth Traya, who had lured him into a trap where he would be defeated and thus end his reign. Next on the list we have Emperor Vitiate, who was born in the decades before the Great Hyperspace War, and as a young child he would kill and torture his own parents. Marka Ragnos, who noticed Vitiate's powers and accomplishments as a child, gave him the title of Lord, and much later when Ragnos would die and a large portion of the Sith would perish along with him in the Great Hyperspace War, Vitiate would finally emerge from the shadows and rally the remaining Sith to his side and to his cause. He would use his incredible power to crush the will of those Sith who rallied to his side and make them his slaves. After he absorbed their powers and declared himself immortal, he gave himself the title of Emperor Vitiate. Later on Dromund Kaas, he would create the new Sith Empire and rule as its god. He would manipulate and turn many Jedi to the dark side, even Revan and Malak. He would continue to rule for more than 1,000 years and kill many Jedi in his pursuit to rule the galaxy. Finally, we have none other than Darth Bane himself, the creator of the Rule of Two, which stood for over 1,000 years and helped establish the Sith's foothold in the galaxy. At a young age, Bane would kill his abusive father and later in self-defense kill a Republic soldier. Knowing what waited for him, he would leave his old life behind and join the Brotherhood of the Sith. Once they discovered his potential in the Force, he was sent to Korriban to undergo training. After years of training, he began to realize the Brotherhood were cowards and the very system they imposed was flawed. During his search for holocrons, in order to learn more about the Sith, he would find a holocron from Darth Revan, and in part use this knowledge and deception to manipulate the Brotherhood into wiping themselves out. The Rule of Two, which had the master who embodied the power of the dark side and for the apprentice to crave it. In such, he eventually took on the apprentice Darth Zana, who he taught for 20 years in the arts of the dark side. Eventually he would be defeated by her, and she would now carry on the Sith with an apprentice of her own. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more content. New Star Wars content Monday, Wednesday and Fridays here at Star Wars Community.